Welcome back, guys. We're in the middle of a test drive and I pulled off in the parking lot over here to do a walk around video, pointing out any kind of flaws on this 1972 Chevelle. That's what we do up here. We pick out all the flaws. You can see all the good. And we'll get started here. But first off, we have a 327 under the hood with power steering, electric fans. This thing runs and drives good. Test drive's been great so far. You want to see detailed photos? Go to maplemotors.com. Also have financing and shipping on that website. We also have the section that is frequently asked questions. Please go there, check that out. It kind of lowers the volume of calls coming in. So go to that website, please. That way you can get more information without even having to call. So right now, I'm gonna go down the lower portion of the car, look for chips and scratches. We'll come back in the midsection, hit the top, and do the same on the passenger side. Let's start in the front here. The front bumper is older. You can see some of the stains and scratches, a little bit of pitting here and there. Not in perfect shape. The grill is in pretty good shape other than the SS emblem strapped on. With a zip tie. How classy. Coming around, you got some paint flaking off of your corner marker lights here. Let's run down the side of the car. A little scratch there. A little wax there. Coming over the fender. You got some chips going up on the inside of the door here. Coming on down. Looks like a little scratch at the bottom of the door. Coming over the fender here. Haziness. You see that? They've definitely matched that in there. You can see the color change. A little hazy. You got some light scratches in the back here. Coming back to midsection, you can tell it's been painted in this section here. There's no metallic flake in this section at all. And guys, I didn't even notice that until I got really close. So, standing back here, you can't hardly see it at all. You get really, really close, start looking in detail. You can see some of the spots that have been blended in. That's the first time I've actually seen that on the car. Okay, coming up over the top. There's a little bit of pitting on that door handle. And while I'm doing these videos, I'm learning about the car with you, so I don't actually run around and look at this stuff before. I feel like that makes it more real, and of course, I just don't actually have time. We have so much inventory. This fender here looks great. Coming over the top portion, you got some chips here where the hood comes down. Looking over the top here in the corner, you got some more chips. There's been touched up. There's some touch-up marks in there. Looks like a set of kicker speakers in the dash there. A couple little dings where they tried to put the trim back on. Probably used something they shouldn't have, like a little hammer, because there's little dings all over around that. Yeah, you should just be able to push those on without a hammer. Tinted windows. Trim looks good around the window there. Little bubble coming up right there in the crevice. Couple spots on the roof here, little cracks. All right, coming down the back here. Back window's been tinted too. Coming around the back section, dual exhaust. Chips in the bumper. Weather stripping is not new, but it's not old either. It's still soft, it feels good. As you can see in certain little spots, it's got a little rubbage going on. Oh, do have some rust in the trunk lid right here. She is weak there. I was wondering where the little crusties were coming from. That's from the trunk lid there. You got some rust coming up on the back here too. Looking around in the trunk, it's somewhat solid. Looks like you got some surface rust popping up here and there, but look it up in the package tray. She's solid up in there. It's that big issue is probably going to be that, because that's some rust bubbling up there. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and shut that. I'd say that's going to be the worst part on the whole car right there. I guess water just got stuck up in there and it just rusted out in the corner. Looking at it on top, you can't even notice. Somebody had an old badge on here. We put ours in place. And for those of y'all that don't like stickers on the car, we're going to put it on here because we're the dealership, man. You can take it off if you don't like it, that's fine. We don't put the big crazy ones on like that one, whoever did that. Ours is easy to get off. Looking across the trunk lid here, there's a little scratch right in the middle. There's some bubbles popping up right here around that trim where water gets caught down in there and it just can't get it out, so it does this. Okay, looking down the side of the car, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna run down the lower portion, midsection, top, and then we'll check the interior out and get her started up. They did the same thing on this side. Looks like they had a little bit of paint work going on. That right there, some old crusty dried up wax. I can almost wipe it off. A couple chips, a little bit of rust trying to pop up in the corner there. Coming around, you got a scratch right here that's been touched up. Coming down the lower portion, in pretty good shape. More wax. This is from the previous owner. We just run them through and wash them and vacuum the interiors here. And put me back in cleanup bay. I'll make them look nice. There's a bunch of chips right in here. Coming up over the fender. Got a light scratch right here. More wax. I might just go back and get all this wax off, I'm telling you. A couple chips down there. They even got it on the fender. All right. And in the light. Why are you waxing the light? Coming back this way, there's a little chip right here. I think I've already pointed out that light scratch there. Of course, you got more wax around your SS emblems. This is not an SS, by the way. SS's are about, it increases the value pretty much 10 grand. So you probably won't see an SS below 30. A little chip here, a little chip there. You got some pitting on your door handle there. I already showed you this one. A couple little spots there. Coming over the top portion, you got a little spot in the back here. Some bubbles popping up in the corner there. Also on this side, and there's one right over there that matched. There's a dent right here. Trim right there is kind of dinged up as well. It's around the window. Window's in good shape. This one had a lot of little chips and scratches. In the long run, to have a perfect car, you gotta take her down, fix the rust, and repaint. Now let's go ahead and jump on the interior. We'll check it out, get her started up, like I said, she runs and drives great. The interior is nice on this car. The only thing that you're gonna have to replace is probably this armrest. That's a weak spot that I've seen. The rest of it, look at the whole door panel's in good shape. The weather stripping's in good shape around the door. The bottom of the door looks nice and solid. Hopefully that lightens up. There you go. The jambs, same thing. Pretty clean. The carpet in this looks good. It's not in bad shape at all. The seat has a little bit of wear in the corner here. That's pretty much it. There is seat belts. I have to push them up through the bottom of that seat in the back there though. Back seat's in great shape. They've tinted the windows. Headliner could use some work. It's like a cloth headliner and it's sagging in different spots. Your package tray, look at the rust back there in the back window. You see that? Let's see if I can bend the camera and get you a little bit closer. So you got some popping up in that back window there. Probably got some moisture in it, and when it started doing this. All right. I'll have to move the camera back a little bit so I can get in here. Sitting down in the driver's seat, looking around. That's all my gear there. The dash does have some cracks in it. Let's turn a key. Gas gauge comes up and works. All the gauges below the dash work. Do have the face of the radio in the office. We're missing our fan switch on here, so I can't try the blower motor. The wipers do work. Coming up and working. See if we can get them cut off. There we go. Tilt. Working. Go ahead and place your bets. You think the horn works. Tach's coming up. 52,000 miles is what it's showing. Hard to stand behind that in a 72 model. Horn. That's like the 5th or 6th one in a row that hasn't worked. Okay, odds are going down this week on which horns work. Y'all may got me on that one. It was 50-50 before. Now it's no horn all week. It's crazy. Okay. Let's get out here and check this out. It's got an awesome sound. Everything's nice and quiet. She runs good. Coming down with the hood, it comes down easy. Does have some extra hood pins. You don't necessarily need them. I would use them if they're already there. It's like a safety precaution there, so you don't have to worry about your hood blowing off. I've had that happen before. It's very scary. Luckily, the one that blew off on me was a fiberglass, and it says shoo, and just went up in the air. It didn't damage anything. Was it this car? No, that was a while back. I should have saved that footage. I think I got it somewhere. All right, I'm gonna give you some undercarriage shots now. All I gotta do is grab my light out of the back seat. And guys, if you wanna see what I use to make these videos, like all the equipment I have, it's below in the description. So just go down there, check it out. I got Amazon links to everything. I'm gonna look up under this car. We're gonna get back on the road. Bend this camera and get you under there. course, if you do watch the test drive video, I drive over with this light, I drive over this camera, and it gives you a really good shot of the undercarriage. One thing we're missing is a nice lift. Okay. I did turn the headlights on. They are on. Check the tail lights. And we'll go ahead and hit the road. I appreciate you watching the video. Tail lights are very dim. They are on. They're very dim. Go to my main website, maplemotors.com. That way you can see the detailed photos of this ride, every car on the car lot. You can get financing information. I can get you shipping and ship it to your front door. Anywhere in the country, well, actually world. And go over there and check out the recently asked questions. It's a new section that we have on the website. It's actually helps us out a lot and cuts down on the phone calls. You wouldn't believe the amount of phone calls that comes in this lot. All right, guys. I appreciate you watching. Hit that share button, please. We'll see you later.